Has vanished. Okay, there we go. Go live. I'm a few seconds late. I'm a few seconds late. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry. I've let you down. I've let you down critically. Vanished. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Go live. Why? I'm okay. I'm in my live control room.
Go
live button.
I will have to apologize most sincerely on my colleague's
It's true.
behalf, dear viewers.
It's true. Why is my mic terrible? Why is my mic terrible? It's awful on stream. I don't even think it's the correct mic. Okay, I'm in my live. Yep, it's bad. Okay, I need to fix that in it for a second. What if I switch it to then switch it right back? Would that fix it? I feel like that might fix it.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm in my live. Yep, it's bad. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm trying to wait for the stream delay to catch up so that I can actually see if my voice changed at all, period. If my mic quality got any better. I've really just been having, like, consistent mic issues this whole time. It's not good. It's not good. I'm trying to wait for the stream delay to catch up so that I can actually see if my voice changed at all.
Stop resisting.
True. No, it still appears to be pretty bad. How do I change this? It's the correct mic on my computer, the correct mic on OBS, the correct mic on Discord. I do not understand how this could possibly be going wrong. There's no explanation here. Maybe if I go into my sound settings and then, like, maybe it's not set as my default for some reason. It should be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Maybe if I switch to default on OBS, that would fix it. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I won't do. Oh. Well, now your voice is also low quality.
Is it?
Not now. It just was for a second. That might just that might actually have been your mic. I will say. Okay. What if I click default? Does that change anything? Now to wait for a few more minutes, so that my stream delay can actually catch up. I might as well post this on my server. The notified ones. Stream going live now. Go over there. Now. Immediately. Immediately. Just like instantly. Instantly go over to the stream. You don't even waste a second. Not even a second. Not one. Not even one. Unacceptable.
What are you waffling about?
I'm just talking about my viewers migrating over to my stream. Instantly go over to the stream. Okay, it's still the mic quality is still terrible. I haven't the slightest clue. I'm not gonna lie. I might just accept it. I might just accept it. I do not want to continuously delay the stream for something like this.
Alternatively, we could cancel the stream.
True. I don't really. Let's see. Can you, like, say something, like, really fast or loud or whatever?
You hear the British General, oh my god, I'll have another word sound, so wait down at a high pace to ring the bell to hear class stop when you reach the end. No, you don't understand. Everything you comprehend. If you can't, we're trying to attend to understand you. Assemble a fool, the only man, so give it up and smile.
Or loud or whatever.
You hear the British General, oh my god, I did it. I said something.
Okay, so your voice is perfectly fine. Your voice is great quality. My voice is terrible. It's literally using the wrong mic for my voice, even though I have it set to the right mic. That makes 0 sense. It's using the mic with the quality of my Realtek R audio, even though I'm explicitly not on that mic. It's just, I'm telling it to use the good mic, and the computer is just saying, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually just gonna use the bad mic anyway. Because fuck you,
Why
I
don't you
guess.
why don't you simply get rid of the bad mic? Just destroy it, toss it into a volcano.
I mean, I guess I could disable it. That is a real option. I if I just I could disable it. I could make it so that the computer cannot use that mic at all. But I don't know if that would actually change anything.
It might.
Perhaps you might be correct. You might be correct. I'm
It's
assuming
worth a
I'm
shot,
assuming
isn't
it's
it?
that one. Yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. We might be able to. Right. If I click don't allow. Okay. So my voice is still going through on OBS, and that mic is no longer allowed. So it stands to reason, I think, that you know, the whole problem should be solved on OBS, and that mic is no longer allowed. So it stands. Well, it's still terrible. I just looked. I mean, I didn't look. I heard. I heard with my ears. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one. I explicitly have the right mic selected. It still doesn't seem to care. I don't know. I might just deal with it. I might just deal with it. I'm not delaying this stream anymore. Oh, wait, maybe noise suppression is why it's doing that. Okay. I shouldn't have noise suppression enabled. That's probably why this is happening. Deal with it. I'm not delaying this stream anymore. Oh, wait, maybe noise suppression is why it's doing that. Okay. I shouldn't have noise suppression enabled. That's probably... I think it's slightly better now I disabled noise suppression. It's still not good, but you know it's better. Hmm. Alright, thank you. You're really enhancing the stream.
Yes.
Developers,
Okay, I tried to completely disable my desktop audio, and then, switch it back. I'm noticing some differences on the audio levels, so that implies it might actually be fixed. I'm not 100% sure. I tried to completely disable my desktop audio.
developers.
I'm noticing some differences on the audio levels, so that implies it might actually be fixed.
Developers.
Not even close. I just checked again.
Developers.
Okay, here's the deal. If it can't be fixed by 3:30, then I'm done. I'm just gonna accept it. What if I what if I use mic auxiliary audio 2? What if I would I be able to do a little trolling in that regard? Okay. If I just use a different audio output or something like that, maybe in a different channel, maybe that would work. Maybe, perhaps. Would I be able to do a little trolling in that regard?
Who can say?
Okay. Nope, no clue. Nothing changed. Not at all. Zero difference. I don't know what to do. I think we're screwed. I think I just have to accept this. Going back to my audio settings. Now, I don't even know what the root of the problem is, okay? Like, I think it's just my computer. This mic has been bad for a while. I really need to buy another one. It's just not working. But I have not the money to buy another mic. So there's another problem there. So yeah. You know what? I've hit rock bottom, Loboto. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna use the troubleshooter. And that's the last resort because that thing never helps me ever.
Yeah.
Troubleshoot sound problems. Oh, no, output devices is fine. We don't need to fix that. Input devices is where we want to actually check for problems. Detecting problems. I expect nothing from you. I expect nothing from you at all. We all know exactly how this story ends. Troubleshooters have moved and this tool will be retired? Well, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look promising. Uh, which of these devices do you want to troubleshoot? How did it take you long just to... how did it take you this long just to load the menu? You weren't even checking for problems? You were just loading the menu for devices? What, and then it took you 5 seconds to tell me you couldn't identify the problem? Dude, this troubleshooter sucks. I mean, I knew it did, but like, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. How? How? Okay. Advanced audio properties. Nothing is really clear to me from this menu. Why is my computer unplugged? That
Hello?
Oh, is my voice not coming through?
Funnily enough, your voice stopped coming through for a moment just after you said, "Why is my computer unplugged?"
Oh. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, we're getting close to 3:30. Bro, I'm thinking we just deal with it. I'm thinking we just accept it. I'm I'm at the point where I think I'm just going to go to my mom and say, "Look, I know you told me a new mic was too expensive, but I literally cannot use this anymore, and it is the only decent mic I have. Please, please just shovel money into my bank account. I need a new mic. Please. I'm just gonna beg. I'm gonna maximize the pity factor, and there's gonna be no other way. There's gonna be no other choice. Nothing else can
What if you
happen.
rob a bank?
Perhaps in Minecraft. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. Uh, I'll just like steal from like Elon Musk in Minecraft. Okay, I'm done. I'm not trying to fix this anymore. If the mic quality is shit, the mic quality is shit. Okay, where were we? One thing I will change is that I might, Loboto, can you try speaking for a moment? I need to test your audio levels.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as
Okay.
long as you have enough rubies.
Okay, that's probably fine. I don't need to lower your voice at all. There might be a bit of an imbalance on stream, but it's fine. Right.
It's fine.
This is where we left off with all these like weird question mark question mark question mark beings talking to Phage.
Yes.
After this we have oh, that's a well, this sure is a door.
Hold on a moment. I think having some technical difficulties on. Oh no, it's back. Never mind.
Okay. You know, I think this is a door.
Yeah, remember that was the. Remember that was the thing that Fern was like inside the stomach of before. Remember?
Yes, I do remember. Oh, by the way, I don't think I ever even mentioned what we were doing on the stream because I was too distracted trying to fix the mic problems. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Awful Hospital Part 3.
Yes.
We had an extremely long
Welcome.
prologue this time. We're back with Loboto, and I think Gamma will also join at some point. But, you know, he'll
Maybe.
probably only interact with us with the soundboard noises again. As is per usual.
Yes.
But
I,
yes,
I
this is the door. I remember the door.
And I am tempted. I am tempted to buy Discord Nitro solely so that I can use soundboard effects from other servers because there's some banger ones on some other servers I'm on.
Amazing. Oh, okay,
I want to
that's...
be able to I want to be able to someday do a stream where I communicate entirely through a soundboard of Wario voice clips.
Oh my god, we need to actually set that up. That would be amazing. Let me check and see if my audio still... It is, okay. Here we have Fern, just kind of lying on the ground. I don't think she's having a great
Yes.
day. Fucking
Yeah.
me every day of this past week. I've been so exhausted.
Mood.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think she's having the best... Oh! Yeah, this kind of proves my point further. You don't typically wake up in a puddle of blood. It's not exactly something that most people experience on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's
You know, it's less than
Tuesdays.
ideal. Tuesday, in awful hospital, it probably is. Let's be real. Oh my. Wait, did the door just fucking, like, explode? Did it just, like, vomit itself apart?
I don't know.
Of course you do. You
I
read this
genuinely
comic.
did. Like, genuinely, I do not actually know exactly what happened.
Wait, do
Here,
you mean
Fern
you
just
don't
like fell
remember?
unconscious.
Or do you mean you don't remember,
No,
or
it
do you
just
mean it just
hasn't been
wasn't
explained
explained?
yet. Yeah, Fern fell unconscious inside the door, and then when she woke up, she was outside of it, and the door was like that.
Okay, I mean, I'm assuming the door just, like, exploded. It just sneezed really
Yeah.
hard and just blew itself apart. Average occurrence in
Uh,
awful hospital.
It died of
Collect your...
ball fart.
True. Collect yourself, take stock of things. You've woken up outside of Aura, and she appears to have been torn completely out of her chamber. There's no trace of Lexus either. The last thing you remember clearly was Lexus talking about nerve toxin. Ass. You remember your conversations, but how much can you even believe? You had dreams. You don't remember what they were, but you feel emotionally drained and overwhelmingly anxious. The blood trails up the wall behind you and stains the ceiling. But there are no openings in sight, nowhere for anything to have come or gone that you can find. Aura's acidic fumes didn't have time to do much. The damage to your skin isn't much worse than a light sunburn, though your gown is a bit tattered and your throat stings. Your bag is fine. On close inspection, you can hear the kidney stone and the polyp thing slumbering away. They seem to take turns snoring a little song. It's the worms crawl in. Of course it is. Now, I imagine this would be a funnier joke if I knew anything about what that is. I do not.
But
Unfortunately.
anyway,
Check on
Dr.
Dr.
Man is
Man.
just.
Doc Oh, you know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of that one picture of Gru standing before the army of minions doing this exact pose. You know the bad news meme?
You know what my first thought was? My first thought was that one clip of Gandhi from Clone High where he says, "Oh man, I
Oh
need a
my
minute to
god.
think about this."
I remember when people were posting that as like their reaction to Across the Spider-Verse. It was real to be honest. The doctor is back to standing in place, staring silently at the bricks on the other side of his window in the dark.
Normal human activities.
Better leave him be. Yeah, Dr. Man, I think he's a pretty chill guy. I think he's a pretty chill dude. You have questions, but the doctor's heavy breathing almost sounds like he's sleeping. Standing up. It's more than a little unwholesome. Maybe later. Can a man not have a hobby? Can a man not have a sleeping up hobby? You know, he's maximizing efficiency.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta understand, okay? He's a doctor. He knows these things. He knows these
Yep.
things. Ahead for the morgue. Back in the lobby, your skin crawls at the sight of the cryptic banner above an oozing crack on the wall. There's no mistaking the stink of the red liquid dribbling to the floor. Ketchup. I will say, I thought it was gonna be, like, blood, but of course it's
Yes, I'm
ketchup.
pretty
This is
sure
awful
that's the.
hospital.
Yeah, yes, that's the joke. The fact that you expect it to be blood is the joke.
Yeah, I always expect it to be something, like, edgy and, like, shock value, but then See, that's why Awful Hospital is based. I expect those things, but then it turns around and says, no, this is actually going to be some goofy shit like ketchup.
And then some of the time it actually is edgy, just to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing wrong with a healthy amount of that. 200th page fan art gallery. Okay, this is just a work of art. This is top tier fan
Yes.
art. Where's my
Yes.
son? Bad Hospital. Lasangas. Now, this is like the Mona Lisa. I cannot believe there are such talented people in the fan base.
Indeed.
I'm assuming
It's
this is like a
honestly
meme.
quite incredible.
I'm assuming this is like deliberately a meme.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. 100 pages ago, we had more than 70 pieces of fan art to share. 100 pages later, there's actually been so much more they've probably missed quite a bit of it, but I've collected everything I've managed to find, mostly through Tumblr tags, and put it up here. Once again, with artist links wherever a link exists. I've had to leave out a few whose owners have changed to unknown usernames, and be sure to leave a comment below if you want your link or art changed, or removed for whatever reason. If your username is too long to fit, it'll just say artist. Original fan characters, they're not here because I've decided to collect these separately for now, and give them their own special gallery down the road.
I don't
NSFW
think
art,
that ever actually happened. I don't think
NSFW
there
art
ever
of...
we actually have. I don't think we ever actually did get like a fan character gallery.
Who knows, maybe he's still working on it.
Maybe.
It'll be out by 2033. Yeah,
Yes.
also NSFW art, I am not surprised that's a thing for this series. There have been some beautiful and hilarious examples, but I probably shouldn't include them on an ostensibly PG-rated website. Agreed.
I
That
wouldn't
does
quite
make sense.
describe it as PG rated.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it is Awful Hospital. There's a lot of other shit that happens in this show, but maybe I'm gonna play it safe, I guess, and just share some inhuman enough to get away with. I won't mind if someone wants to collect the stuff on some other site, though. Do you remember that the that meme drawing that he did of like a bunch of his characters naked that wasn't actually like really nudity because of the way the characters are
Yeah, of
designed?
course I remember that.
Yeah, that
You
was
you
funny.
uh, you you asked me, hey, do you remember the thing? As if I'm not unhealthily addicted to this entire comic.
Yeah, true, true. Dead links. Some people change their usernames, their old ones stop working, and I don't always know where they are now. If your link is dead, let me know what you're going by these days. It seems like most of the links are alive.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, oh, this is some cool pixel art. I mean, shout out to
Yeah.
Jacob guy. Uh, why is okay? I thought that was like the end of the comic because there was an empty syringe, but I guess it's just like
Uh,
a jumping off
yeah,
point.
that's just a weird. Yes, yeah.
What
Sometimes
the?
Dogleech just forgets to fill in the
Oh.
syringe.
Also, what the fuck, Bill Cipher? Bill Cipher?
Oh yeah, I
The
pointed
fuck
that
is
out
he doing
last
here?
time.
Oh, wait. So I just forgot?
Yeah, I believe you did just forget, but
Oh, well, I get to experience the funny reference a second time.
yes.
Continue
I
for
mean, it
more.
makes sense. I can totally imagine Bill being canon to Awful Hospital.
Actually, Bill just went into my mind and erased the old memory so that I would forget about him. It was just like Dreamscapers.
Damn.
He just tried to erase. He tried his best. This time I'm going to be putting a metal plate in my head so that I can't forget he's in the comic again.
A wise decision.
It looks like the line to the surgery ward has moved exactly once since you last saw it. Great. You can't even find a keyhole on the red door, but it begins to hum as you take the key out of your bag. Oh, the door swings open, revealing an elevator with a rock floating in it. Stone slab from Minecraft? Insane cameo. I cannot believe Mojang agreed to this.
Holy shit.
I cannot believe it. Anyway, you can voice this lab.
Oh, right. Hi there, checking in?
Wait, wasn't this a morgue? I even looked through the window.
I don't know about I don't know about a morgue, lady, but I can take you to the morgue. What was your name again? Wait, never mind, I got your floor. Hop in. Hey, how about some music? I
Is
believe
this the
originally this page. I believe original. Oh wait, is are you actually hearing the music?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I am not
I believe
hearing
originally
anything.
on this. I
Maybe
believe
it's because I
originally
have
on
the
this.
site muted.
No, I think I think the music on this page just stopped working at some point. But originally it played Pac-Man music.
Oh. Also, this looks like. Have you seen the? There's a meme where characters are animated doing this move. I swear.
I mean, it's just kind of like a fairly standard kind of little dancey thing. Like just
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I've just seen like a lot of different characters doing a sort of move like that. But
yeah, I
it is a
believe that's
standard
just
dance move. So
yeah, it is. Yeah,
I
that's
do
not
like
a
how Fern
meme.
is
That
just completely terrified of this stone slab.
yeah, she's. I mean,
She's probably just
I,
terrified of everything else, but like
she's just on edge.
that makes sense.
This is my jam.
As the elevator smoothly descends, you feel an escalating sense of foreboding. What else is new? An escalating sense of foreboding? I don't know how much it could increase by at this point. Just when it seems as though the elevator ride may never end, the door, oddly hinged, creaks open on its own, dumping you off into a cramped, dark, and very long hallway.
Right this way. Don't mind the worms. They're just here to crawl in and out of stuff. You know, worms. Actually, what were you here for again? Did we talk about that? My memory's a little dusty.
I don't think they did. I think this is the first time we've met this character. Conversation
Yes, it
mode.
is.
Oh, I'm looking for something.
Well, we've got an awful lot of somethings here. Real weirdies. Leg havers. Kinda like you, legs.
How much like me?
I don't know, the stiffs all look alike to us anyway. Like a paycheck. Haha.
Heh. You really don't know for sure what you're looking for. Thankfully, you've seen enough evidence that your son isn't here, and you're not letting yourself doubt that just yet. So anyway, someone sent me here with a weird key. I thought it would open that red door, but I never did see a lock. It just sort of vibrated a little and...
Oh, whoa. Don't you mean a red keychain? Who trusted you with that?
Uh...
Never mind, not my business. Not like you could have stolen it or anything. I know what you're here for.
Counterpoint, Fern is absolutely badass enough to steal something.
Yes,
You're
like
not
how
sure how
she
to
stole
respond.
this.
True. You're not sure how to respond without raising suspicion. Luckily, he doesn't push any further. The hall takes a few sharp twists, but nothing too difficult to remember. The walk is long, the worms are becoming more abundant, and a dead silence, broken only by your footsteps and their soft, moist seething, is beginning to get to you. So, pretty big morgue for a hospital.
There's that A again. You're from the gray zones,
Damn, I
aren't you?
can't believe A showed up in this webcomic.
Wow. I know they had their quaint little pseudo hospitals, but morgues too? Guess there's always more leakage than you suspect.
I still don't really get what any of that means. Nobody will explain it to me.
Yeah, you wouldn't. They probably can't. Don't worry about it. Stick to what you think is normal and you'll be fine. For me, the morgue is normal. For me, the morgue is normal. We all belong to our own respective class 9 auto perception many material repeating concept spirals, like the hospital, or the school, or the sewer, or the hand factory, or the frog hotel. Watch out for that one, yeesh.
Oh, the Frog Hotel. You've mentioned this before. You've mentioned that.
Yeah, that's a minor part of awful hospital horror.
Alright, this might be a personal question, but are you alive?
Everyone's alive. Everything's alive. What else is there to be?
Something dead? Right? I mean, that's what a morgue is for, isn't it? It's full of dead things, right? Please?
Body's just a bunch of different stuff in one place, Legs. All that changes is which parts eat and which parts get eaten.
Your conversation trails off as you continue navigating the labyrinthine Of course it's a fucking Patman reference. You want to ask exactly where the strange stony creature is leading you, but he seems to believe that you already know, and it doesn't feel wise to risk breaking your cover. You just hope you'll be able to find your way back, because you've taken far too many turns to keep track of. How long have you been walking? It's like this place goes on forever.
Here we are! Know this place like the back of my hands.
I I notice a problem with that statement. Do you?
Is it the fact that he doesn't have hands?
Yes, that is exactly it. You're getting really tired of staring at the backs of a rock's creepy eyeballs by the time it unlocks the strange room. Wait, the eyeballs, they appear on the other side of the stone?
Yes.
Well, oh, okay. Lovely. You seize up as you take in these new surroundings, but you're still afraid to ask any suspicious questions, especially now.
Yeah, see, that's what his eyes look like from
Oh,
behind.
Christ. Well, that's pleasant.
Yes. Well, I certainly don't need to tell you how all this works. Not if you're authorized to be here, obviously. I'll be outside, scream if anything breaks out.
You say nothing as the creature floats back out into the labyrinth, leaving you alone with a river of worms, and your own front door. Your own crappy, ugly apartment door. The bland, almost ironic sign a previous tenant left behind, and you just never got around to changing. The cracks where some jackass tried to break in one night. Why? Take inventory. You're gonna try opening your door last, and wait, well, your door. Oh, your. No, I fucked. I didn't real. I made a mistake. I thought the other word was in quotes, but you're going to try opening your door last, and wait for an emergency before you ask the rock in help. The rock for help. What is wrong with me? Okay, maybe you can figure out what you're supposed to do here. In the center of the room is a large vat of transparent maroon jelly that doesn't look at all like the way blood would. Guys, come on, ice cold air flows off it. There are 36 drawers in the walls for holding bodies, including some on the wall you entered through, which you're pretty sure was only inches thick, but you're getting used to that kind of thing. Worms proceed in an almost orderly fashion through the entryway, into the opposite door, back out again, and disappear into vents along the ceiling. Vents?
Hence, among us,
Sus!
the
I love how
sus
we both had the
worms.
same we both had the same thought immediately. Left at the door is a
Eject
large
the worms.
True, true. Left of the door is a large switch with its own keyhole. It appears to be in an off position. Beneath the switch is some sort of monitor. A large power cable seems as though it's meant to connect this panel with the jelly tub. To the right of the door is what looks like a chute to an incinerator. Pardon me, did Gamma just join the call?
I believe he did.
I believe he did. Okay. Gamma, just use the /TTS command in general chat if you must. I think that'll work. Hello. You know that
Right
ought
now,
to.
he's using this. He's using like the special stream chat thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What special stream chat?
You know, like how live streams have
Oh,
like
hi, Malikimus.
a chat.
Oh, you mean the YouTube live stream chat?
No. Like in the Discord, the Discord voice channels, how they have like a text chat. Like up in the top
What?
corner, there's like up in the
Wait,
top
that's a
corner of
thing?
the.
That's always been a
It
thing?
is. Yes, he used it last time.
Oh. I keep forgetting that there's an actual chat that goes with the. with the voice channel because I just use a regular text channel for that stuff. Okay. Well,
Rahul said,
Also,
can you hear me?
Gamma,
yes, I can. I can hear you. I just wasn't using the right chat. My bad. I think we're good. I can hear now.
Okay. And let us
Alright.
continue.
Gaming. Further investigation. Your door
Rahul said,
seems to
I'm
be
the only
locked.
human in existence to remember this feature exists.
It's because you're the only human in existence who needs the feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the only one. No one else needs this. But just don't even try to argue with me. When Discord was inventing this feature, they were talking to themselves. All right, so there's this guy named Raul, right? Like, so we got to sort this out for him specifically, right? We got to introduce a
Yeah,
feature that he specifically needs to use because otherwise he can't talk in VC. That was
absolutely
their exact
nobody
thought
else.
process.
Absolutely nobody else in existence benefits from this.
Exactly. Right, your door seems to be locked, and nobody responds to knocking. You're not sure who would be home, but it made sense to check, because nothing else ever does around here. Your red key seems to match the
Rahul said,
keyhole
this
next to
is
the big
true, my
switch.
uncle works at Discord.
It's true. Your red key seems to match the keyhole next to the big switch. You're not sure if you want to try it yet. You direct a few hellos at the stream of worms. A big purple one momentarily raises its head in your direction, only to roll its eyes and return to its whatever it was doing. You get no further reactions. You poke the jelly with your stick. It's firm and rubbery like gelatin dessert. It smells like vinegar. The incinerator door opens into a long, dark chute. The overall smell of the room is musty, sour, and acidic. It is definitely the smell you expected of dead bodies in various states of preservation. Yeah, I can say I would expect that too. Open a drawer. Curiosity is getting the best of you, but you can't stop shaking as you reach for one of the nearest drawers, tightly gripping your weapon in your other arm. Most of the things you've spoken to lately should not have been alive. What nonsensical horrors do they consider dead? Might as well get it over with. You yank open the drawer in one swift motion.
Rahul said, Fern jump
What the
scare.
fuck? What the fuck? It's just her. It's her own dead body.
I mean, what did you think they were doing? They were doing with all her corpses when they had to respawn her.
I thought that they were just resurrecting the same corpse.
Oh, oh, you poor sweet summer child.
How is even? Do they just clone her?
Exactly.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I,
Jesus.
it's a bit. It's,
I
the
imagine
exact
we'll
mechanics
we'll
of
learn about it.
the
We'll
exact
figure it
mechanics
out
of
later.
it rely on. The exact mechanics of it rely on certain world building concepts that haven't been introduced yet.
Rahul
So.
said, my
We'll
dealer,
figure it out.
this new awful hospital strain will get you zonked out of your gourd.
True. Well, doesn't that just beat all? Yeah, I guess it does. Oh my god, it gets worse. Open more drawers. You don't remember this happening, did it? Christ, okay. This is very disturbing. Oh god, it just gets worse. It really just gets worse. Like every time I turn the page, I'm thinking it can't get worse than this, and then it just does.
Rahul said,
I mean,
Tuesdays.
at least it's portrayed cartoonishly.
True, true. Oh,
Rahul said, Tuesdays.
true. Oh my god. What even is this? I have
Fungus.
not the slightest clue. They turned her into
Rahul said, sorry,
fungus.
that was me.
The wretched fungus.
Oh, those are just teeth.
That's all that was left of that one.
Oh god, well you just made it so much worse.
Rahul said, for the tooth fairy.
Cardio's tooth collection moment.
Haha, reference that nobody watching this will get. Yet.
In 2 years, in like 3 years, when that book is out, the one that introduces cardio, people are gonna look back on the stream and be like, "Holy shit, it was foretold."
Rahul said in 4 years.
It should. I don't really know. I wouldn't know. The first book is like 1 and a bit years from now, at least as far as I'm trying to aim for. So I guess it should be like 2 or 3. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes to write the next one.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that Renegades is going to be done way before that release date, and then I'll have some time to edit it and stuff, and also get like some like illustrations and other stuff sorted out. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. The stone slabs words
Thank
keep
you.
repeating themselves in your mind. 2 words in particular.
Thank you for contributing, Gamma.
Yeah, exactly.
Developers,
Your
developers,
floor.
developers, developers, developers.
You think about the winding maze just outside, rows and rows of drawers. You've seen giant eyeballs teeming with lice, held a conversation with intestinal parasite, and been giggled at by splattered brains. But you're not sure you felt quite this ill for a long time. Did you die this many times? Are you going to? Or are they only possibilities? Parallel lives? Is there any way to know? Look for that key card. A lot of
Oh yeah,
strange
'cause
priorities. Pardon? Yeah, go ahead. You say it. You were saying?
nothing. Just continue.
Well, now I'm suspicious. A lot of strange priorities are popping into your head, but somehow you feel positive you need to get that surgeon's ID that you saw earlier. And you're pretty sure you know which you died with it. And no big
Yeah.
deal, right? You did something like this in
In case you
college.
did. In case you need a refresher, this is referring to when she. This is referring to when she got an X-ray of herself, and there was an entire ID card in one of her lungs.
Oh man, hate it when that happens.
And that was in one of her previous bodies, so now she's gonna try to see if she can get it out of that one.
You see, yeah, I don't really remember dissecting my own corpse in well, I actually haven't finished college, so technically I wouldn't know. I mean, maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? You try to make it quick. You don't want to get any more personal with your own corpse than you need to, but bringing yourself to damage your own dead body is harder than you might have even thought. And besides, the slightest scratch seems to close up instantaneously. Even the gown. It all regenerates so quickly you might as well be trying to carve water. The body's remaining in exactly the condition it died in.
And they're very
Just
good
say
at
just
preserving.
just say open sesame. It's that simple. Easy solution.
So,
Okay, put a worm in the jelly. It's such an easy solution. Okay, guys, you gotta understand. I want to check and see if my
yes.
audio is still work. Yeah, it is. Okay. I mean, it's still shit quality, I think, but it's at least working.
Rahul said ask
And
for it to open its rib cage nicely.
true. Put a worm in the jelly. You slide your indestructible dead doppelganger back into the wall for now, and with your glorious crystalline saber, you scoop up a worm and drop it into the jelly. A really awful looking one that keeps making terrible flatulent noises with its mouth. What a dreadful, ghastly, heinous worm. You are trying really hard to pretend you hate the innocuous but disturbing creature in case something bad happens to it. You've had enough moral crises for the day. The thing slowly sinks into the jelly and continues wiggling in slow motion. At least you know it isn't acid. The worm just sort of hangs there while you plug the cable in. There's a shutter from the door, but it remains locked away anyway. The monitor starts monitoring whatever reading it's getting from the terrible worm. Put that corpse
It's
in the
just a
jelly.
little guy.
I kind of assumed this is exactly where the story was gonna go. Still not sure what you're really doing here. You let the mind chatter take over for a moment. You carefully remove the worm from the jelly vat, and you haul your dead body with the snapped neck back out of its drawer. It's all cold and clammy to the
Rahul
touch.
said this happened to my buddy Mike.
This is true. Great, you sure did. Do this. The apartment door shutters again, and then emits a soft, continuous hum. The computer readout continues to do its thing, even though your body is definitely not twitching or breathing or hungering for flesh as far as you can tell.
Yeah, it's...
Yet, Fern.
Yet.
Use your key. The red key retrieved from Aura fits only in the slot next to the large switch, which currently can't be budged. You hear something powering up in the walls as you turn it. You are now able to flip the switch. The light changes to bright green, and so do the lights on the jelly tub. Do you think that she's going to resurrect herself somehow? Well, I guess I can't ask
Why
if
do
you think that because
why did you
you've
ask that
read
question
this.
as do you think? I already know what happens here.
Okay, what about Gamma? What does Gamma think? I want to know what Gamma thinks.
Rahul said I already know what happens here.
What? Am I the only one in the dark?
Indeed.
Wow.
Rahul said
Wow.
yes.
You are the only person on the entire planet Earth who does not know the story of Awful Hospital. I'm
Holy
sorry you
shit.
had to find out this way.
They've all just been secretly keeping it a secret from me. They just never told me. Everyone knows the plot except me, and they've just deliberately not spoiled anything. It's true.
It's just like Santa Claus all over again.
Exactly.
Rahul said it's a woke conspiracy.
It's true. It's true. Of course, it's a woke conspiracy, considering Fern is a woman. No, there's no.
A canonically
That's all the logic we need
asexual
for it to make
woman.
sense. Oh, let's go. Yeah, Fern does seem like an asexual queen.
Yeah.
For a while, nothing happens. Your corpse continues to lie in the tub, motionless. Softly, you hear the locks of the apartment door click open. First the deadbolt, then the knob. Nothing further happens. Open the door carefully. This can't really be a door back home, can it? And did the machine unlock it, or is there someone on the other side? A person? A monster? You brandish your blade, turn the knob, and pull. Nothing? Nothing again? You don't even hear the weird noises you heard from the exit. Door. The worms are just vanishing into darkness. Where the hell are they going? This is bullshit.
Rahul said Deltarune.
True.
Run for
Oh.
your deaths! It's the Revourer!
What the fuck is the Revourer?
Well, notice if you will the fact that the morgue is shaped like a Pac-Man maze,
Rahul said
and
Pac-Man.
this guy here looks like a Pac-Man ghost.
Oh. Yeah, I think I have a pretty
I
good
can-
guess. You know what my first thought was for some reason? The fucking
What?
Great Devourer from Ninjago.
Oh man, that's a blast from the past.
Dude, old Ninjago is so nostalgic.
Yeah, I should rewatch that show sometime.
Same. There's a YouTuber I follow who did like a really, really good like combined review of all the seasons of Ninjago called Just Stop. And I recently saw it. It was a pretty good video.
Anyway, you're welcome!
You're welcome. Well,
I say as I shove you into the abyss.
it's self-defense. He's protecting himself. Well, I guess technically he didn't really have to do that. But, you know.
It's me, you lot, you yellow son of a...
Oh my god. Maybe this guy is just evil. Holy shit. You feel yourself falling in slow motion, the door already long out of reach. Getting angry always feels a lot better than raw terror, and boy are you ever pissed off that you keep getting literally pushed around like this. Now, moments after confronting your own gruesome death, you're drifting aimlessly in an impossible void of all-consuming blackness. That's enough to make you just plumb steamed. Name a fictional character who has gone through more than Fern from Awful Hospital. This is deliberately supposed to be a joke, because, like, I'm sure you could find someone, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
So anyway.
You drift for some time and finally land softly on damp, mushy ground. Despite the darkness, your surroundings are clearly visible, as though the humid, sour air itself is dimly luminescent. Vast shapes slither in the distance. You feel very small.
Rahul said, don't you just hate it when that happens?
So to be clear, the stone
Exactly.
slab was actually helping her by pushing her into the abyss, because he knew that she would land safely in this place and not get
Wait, the
eaten by
stone
the
slab was
Devourer.
actually... Oh, the stone slab was actually sacrificing himself to save her life.
Yeah.
Oh, the stone
Yes.
slab's a real one. I apologize. I apologize for the slander. I was confused at what was going on in that scene.
Yes.
Stone Slab's got to be like a top 5 favorite character now.
It's a
Me
bit
and
early to be
Stone.
making those judgments, I'd say.
So far. I mean,
Yeah.
so far. I feel like Thage, Man, Fern, and like Stone Slab and like one other are my favorites. The Bloodstain. I like the
Yes, my
Bloodstain.
favorite. Oh yeah, the
Rahul said,
Bloodstain.
I put my homies on speed dial. The numbers are all stone slab.
Yeah, the Bloodstain is kind of a fan favorite.
Yes, me and the Stone Slab have set aside our differences. I have no enemies.
The Stone Slab community has forgiven Poseidon.
True. Is that the fucking caterpillar from the Hungry Caterpillar?
Yes.
Oh my god, is that a deliberate reference? I
Of
hope it
course it
is.
is.
Vast shapes slither in the distance. You feel very small. So here you are, stranded in some kind of sticky worm jungle, the
Rahul
only
said, wait,
known
go
exit.
back.
No. Fuck off. Okay, I actually will. What is it that you want to point out? Why is there a worm with
Well,
shades?
Rahul said, the one with sunglasses reminds me of the guy from Variations on a Cloud by Hawaii Part 2.
I have no idea what that is, but I do like the idea of a worm having sunglasses.
I believe
I mean,
that's
that's just
actually a reference to.
badass.
I think that is a reference to something, but I can't remember what.
I'm sure that's a reference to something. I think this here is just a tardigrade, though. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Rahul said, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, actually, wait, Posey, shit, don't you hear what you just said? Also,
What do you
Rahul
mean?
your
said,
mic issue.
POSI, you're very loud.
Hold on. Sorry, but
I'm
you're having weird
confused.
mic issues.
Oh, again? What do you mean? I've had those for forever.
Yeah, it just suddenly got very loud, and now it isn't loud anymore. And now it went back to normal
Is
again.
it back?
Yeah, it's back to normal.
Okay. Well, we should be good then, right? Just let me know if that happens
Anyway,
again. Also, what joke were you even making?
I was saying, Posey, no, you can't say tardigrade. That has it says tard in it. You're going to get sued.
I don't get it. Are you making reference to the fucking Arsler? I'm so confused at what you're trying to say. Is there a joke I'm not
You know
getting?
what? Forget it. Just never
I'm
mind.
sorry. I want to
And
know
then
what the joke is. I really do. Now I'm gonna be thinking about this for the rest of the stream.
the joke is that I'm not funny.
Okay. I don't know what the joke is. I still don't get it. I still
Okay,
don't
you
understand.
correctly look. You
Rahul
kind of
said,
correctly
impossible.
guessed it. The joke was was that it was a bad joke, and I am now mad at myself for making it. But the joke was in fact that the R slur.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, technically, I wouldn't I technically be able to get away with it by being autistic? Technically, like I'm not gonna say
Rahul
it's
said,
like
nobody else is allowed to be unfunny when I'm around.
True. Loboto, I can't believe you would take Gamma's unfunny position. How could you do this?
Fuck.
Unbelievable. So here you are, stranded in some kind of sticky worm jungle, the only known exit apparently suspended in nothingness miles above. At least the worms seem to be mostly ignoring you for now. What next? Why is there an 8-ball worm? Why is there an 8-ball worm? You know that.
There's all
Wait, Loboto,
kinds of worms.
you know that that image of like the guy kind of shrouded in darkness asking, "Is that a jet ski pig?"
Rahul said, why wouldn't there be
I
an
feel
I
like
8-ball
think
worm?
so.
Right now I'm feeling the variant of that, except is that an 8-ball worm?
Yeah, it is an 8-ball worm. There are many types of worms.
I noticed this. Go north. Boy, does this place smell funny. At least there are some signs of civilization. Talk to worms. As one does, the worms do not respond to questioning and continue slowly slinking about their wormy business. I have entered good faith negotiations with the worms.
We have agreed to a non-hostility treaty.
True. Okay. Look at signpost. Yeah, this is helpful. I don't think that's very helpful. This isn't really telling me much. Investigate the wooden chest. Oh, it's a fucking mimic. Oh, this
Yeah.
is classic. Okay. I'm not even a D&D person, but everyone knows what the mimic is. Everyone knows that concept. You're torn between your choices, but the little voices in your head are urging you to urging you slightly more to look at that big box before you check out the cave or the pathways. You cautiously approach the box, and it bursts from the ground. I don't know if the caution really worked out in this case. I can't help but observe.
Rahul said, what would you do if you went to Japan one time and then you found out that James Rolfe, angry video game nerd, became extremely popular over there and the rest of the world never noticed?
Is that true?
I think Emma's just waffling.
Is it true though? Because it kind of does seem like something that angry video game nerd would do. Just like
Rahul
inexplicably
said,
become
like,
really
imagine
popular.
going to Tokyo or something and seeing his face
I
on one
think
of those
Emma's
screen
just
buildings and being
waffling.
like, is that
Yeah, I
James
think you're just
Rolfe?
bullshitting. I think that's just bullshit. I don't think that's a thing.
I
The
mean, Gamma
James
is
Rolfe.
specifically phrased. Gamma is kind of specifically phrasing this as a hypothetical. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
pretty
true.
obvious that it is not true.
The angry video game nerd anime. Honestly, that would be really fun if that was a thing.
Subs or dubs.
True.
Arguing over whether the Japanese or English voice actor for James Rolfe is better.
Rahul said, angry video game nerd cameo in
This
Demon
dub voice
Slayer.
is terrible. This dub voice is terrible. What were they thinking?
What a shitload of fuck!
James Rolfe cameo in Demon Slayer. That would be great. Chestworm, dummy. They totally called it. Oh wait, that's probably a line that you should take.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. It is my job to voice characters that are not Fern, isn't it?
Exactly.
Dummy! They totally called it! None too genre savvy, are ya? Who would really leave such a beautiful, handsome box in a crummy place like this? I'm gonna eat you up.
Don't forget. I don't just have Fern. I also have the Bloodstain.
Ah,
That
yes,
is
of
my
course.
real claim to fame. Draw your weapon. You reach for your disappearing tote bag thing and pull out. Oh. Apologized. Clone. What does this say? Oh, none
It says
functionate in every zone.
non-functionate in every zone. Thank you.
This is definitely not intelligible in any way.
It means her inventory. It means that her tote bag doesn't get service out here. There's no signal.
You
Rahul
need
said
service
Beatles
for a
YAOI or Weezer
fucking
Yuri, which one is
bag?
better?
How does that make any sense? Okay, this is awful hospital. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just not gonna question it.
Blue Gamma just asked a very important question.
Right. Let me actually go on Discord and read that then. Any Beatles Yowie or Weezer Yowie? Which one is better?
No, or Weezer Yuri. Very
Oh,
important
Weezer
distinction there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, it's actually true. It's actually like factually documented that like the Beatles used to have like group jerk off sessions and stuff like that. So there's kind of more precedent, I think, for Beatles Yowie, I would say.
Not to mention the fact that Weezer Yuri kind of would require them to be girls.
It's true. It's true. Beatles. Yeah, I think there was actually like one case where like they were like watching George Harrison like have intercourse and they just like cheered him on the whole time. This is apparently a true
Rahul said
fact.
not entirely unexpected coming from
Kept your
Britain.
crap in a multi-zonal bag, huh? What did you think would happen? Next time, drag a nice chest. Next time, drag a nice chest around. I'm being
Rahul said squad
rhetorical.
goals.
There won't be a next time because I'm going to bite you
True.
into several pieces, which will kill you. Then I'm going to swallow them and digest them for food. Yeah, for the record, a regular. Yeah, for the record, a regular greeting for us is still, "Hey, what's up?"
Does he know? Does he know that if he kills and eats Fern, Fern will just be regenerated again? Does he know this? Does he know it's just the Moon Knight thumbnail? Run to the cave.
Rahul
The
said
yammering
infinite food
serpentine.
glitch.
True. True. I can't believe Dr. Tori hasn't cured world hunger yet. Run to the cave. The yammering serpentine trunk is fortunately rather slow compared to yourself. You dash to the mysterious hole with the welcome mat, feeling confident that an enclosed space would hinder the huge thing more than yourself. But the worm does not, in fact, pursue you inside. You're at stop, just short of the entrance.
It can be hazardous to venture unassisted. Perhaps I can offer you an implement to mitigate the substantial risk factor. Charlie, I swear to Nurgle, if you're offering implements in there, so help me!
Nurgle, isn't that like a faction from 40k?
Yep, yeah.
That's
It
fine.
has
Okay.
been
Rahul said
established
binding
at
of
least
Isaac room
twice in
looking
Awful
S.
Hospital lore that Nurgle canonically exists and is worshipped by several characters.
That's the same vibes as like the in the original Pillaromaki roleplay before we rebooted it. That just reminds me of how there were just like unexplained lines where the pillars mention Allah.
Yes.
It's just like there's just random implications that the pillars, for whatever reason, worship Islam.
Yes. By the way, by the way, viewers, in case you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, too bad. Fuck you. We're not explaining this.
Rahul
It's
said
just a
binding
Reaper
of
code
Isaac
for
room
thing.
looking S.
True. Accept offer. Okay, sure, whatever you got.
It's ought to teach him a thing or two.
Acquired.
Acquired.
Sharpened pipe. These are kind of, these are not the most flashy weapons I've ever seen, I will admit. Confront the chest worm. You thank the big pile of meat, or whatever it is, and charge out of the cave with your new weapon. Why is Fern so pixelated, by the way? Is that just like...
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that just
the
like
art
a
style
factor
is
of the...
yeah, the art style is slightly more pixelated in this area.
That makes
Rahul
sense,
said
yeah.
it's not a pipe, it's actually the broken off needle of a comically large vaccine.
True. Fern's going to vaccinate the chest worm. Okay, you rear back, preparing to thrust at the foe wood serpent with your deadly shaft.
Whatever, you're not even worth my time.
What, really? That you just scared it. We just scared it off. Okay, the monster slinks away, head-like region indignantly held high. Now what? Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. Go west. You would rather not fight when you don't have to, so you let the wooden trunk slink off. The mental chatter is all over the place, and you're not sure how well you can trust whatever left the signpost. But you feel like taking your chances with the Western Happy Face path. It goes on uneventfully for some time before opening up into another split. There seem to be a
Rahul
few
said,
more
I wonder how this will impact the salmon population.
It might cause some. It might impact the fishing industry. Perhaps. There seem to be a few more signs posted: a poorly spelled warning and another happy face pointing to the left. A deep furrow on the slimy hillside ahead looks drier and harder than the surrounding gunk, almost like a staircase. And to your right, a strange glow emanates from the forest, of what looks only moderately like trees. I definitely think the word tree is being used pretty liberally in this case. Climb the mountain. You hike up the winding gorge in the spongy, moist heap of fungus or whatever it is. From its peak, you can see that you're in more of a cave-like environment, with a ceiling of the same green-gray mush. You can't see far into the darkness. Turn your render distance up, go into your Minecraft
Rahul
menu,
said, how many
problem
liberals
solved.
does it take to change a log by bulb?
Bird, you have your render distance set at 2 pixels.
True. Can we appreciate how good this artwork is, though? Like, before we switch pages, I haven't been doing that enough. This is
That's
some good shit.
yeah. Awful Hospital has gorgeous artwork.
Oh, here we go.
Sir, non-native bioform detected at unauthorized checkpoint. Probably another. Subject does not appear to be a tourist. Not with that many heads. It's not a dolphin, is it? No, sir. Nothing triggered the. No, sir. Nothing triggered the decapitoids. Oh, fine. Move aside, nincompoop. I'm sure it's just.
I like how they're all like terrified of dolphins for some reason. Dolphins are so terrifying that even this place, full of just like eldritch monstrosities, is terrified of them.
Oh dear. That's not right at all.
Rahul said, oh no. The economy.
Continue west. True. Continue west. The western or happy path continues winding until it reaches a large open area.
Welcome. We've been expecting you. Do come in, won't you? No time to waste. Yeah, urgent business. You've got a selection of fine cheeses.
Why does these two characters kind of remind me of Homestuck? Because this guy's shades look like Dave's brother's shades, and this guy's hat just reminds me of the Midnight Crew. So, yeah.
Rahul said,
I
stupid
just got
fucking toaster,
Homestuck.
what is he doing?
I just got Homestuck vibes.
Awful Hospital will never beat the inspired by Homestuck allegations.
That's true. Oh boy, you think? Oh. Oh boy, you think? What nightmare circus act have you bumped into this time?
Rahul said, stupid fucking toaster, what is he doing?
Who are you? Hey, don't badmouth my man the toaster. Also, that's not a toaster, by the way. I don't know why you would say toaster.
He's an embalming machine.
Yeah, exactly. Is this E.M. Balmer from the Hunger Games?
Oh yeah, I guess I did put him in the Hunger Games, didn't I?
Yeah, he was in there for a couple rounds.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Excuse my lack of manners. I'm Dr. Everton Mortius Balmer, head biovessel archivist, licensed in all biopositive matter zones. These are my associates, Mr. Methanol and Miss Hyde.
I do like how I do really like how like he has such a such a fucking formal name like this.
Ma'am, pleased to meet ya.
I can't believe they damn. Damn, I can't believe they put Hyde from what the fuck? Right, the Jonathan Crisis in here. It's a reference that still doesn't make sense yet, but you'll get it eventually. The metal thing, Dr. Balmer speaks from the glass tank situated where a head would be. Metallic lid flapping and fluid bubbling with every syllable. The little things have thick English and Bronx accents respectively with a buzzing, vibrating quality. None make any move towards you, but despite the lack of recognizable facial features, you somehow get the unmistakable impression that they are smiling very hard.
Hold on a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on a moment.
I actually gotta do something myself.
Yeah.
Alright, it's just the two of us, Gamma. Be funny, you gotta entertain my chat.
Sorry about that. My
Oh,
mom was
okay, you're
calling
back.
me from downstairs.
All good.
Um,
Anyway,
we've little time to waste. You simply must come into the lab with us. Why, the fate of this very world hangs in the balance.
that's a fucking ton of pressure. Okay. What urgent business exactly?
Goodness me, we can't discuss that here. Oh, how I'm loath to imagine what ghoulish biological riffraff. Your mic suddenly got loud again.
Oh. Is it still loud?
And now it's back to normal. I don't know why that occasionally just happens.
Dude, I don't know what my mic is on right now. It's taken some drugs, okay? I need
Yeah,
to
so
get a new one.
Rahul said awful hospital
anyway,
characters will be called
goodness me,
Dr.
we can't
Edwardius
discuss that
Smithingson
here.
Clxca,
Oh, how
Imaginary
I'm loath to
Ontology
imagine what
PhD, and
ghoulish
then they will be a
biological
collection of
riffraff
flesh
could be
tube spirals.
slithering about in earshot.
True.
No doubt you've seen your share of ravenous beasts gnawing their vile way through these majestic plains. Horrid, all of them.
Yeah, no offense, but I haven't had a very positive track record listening to anybody lately. I'm pretty sure I've been dead anywhere between 3 and 3,000 times now. I have no idea what this place is, why I'm here, or how, and I need to get back to what I was doing as quickly as possible, so I'm not going anywhere until I know exactly how far I can trust you versus how far I can throw you. And if I have to, I'm fully willing to test that myself.
Rahul said awful
Cheese
hospital
person, I take it.
characters will be
You
called
have a fine
Dr.
selection of
Edwardius
alcoholic
Smithingson
bev-
Clxca, 4-dimensional inverse ontology PhD, and then they will
Oh,
be
see,
a
that's
collection of
Leo.
flesh tube spirals.
Right. I'm confused. Are you not hearing Gamma's text-to-speech messages? Because you've been talking over them, I think.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm not.
Yeah. Lead the way. But
I
anyway,
can.
what
I
you
just
said
kind
is
of
very
see them.
true.
I just kind of like see the words appearing in the corner of my screen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Lead the way. I can't... Minor issue. Okay, there we go. You cautiously follow the beings inside their facility, built into something that looks distressingly like a gigantic body organ. Although that probably doesn't mean much of anything, since the same could be said of around half the people you've been holding conversations with lately, right? The little ball creatures bring you a remarkably normal-smelling, normal-tasting beer before disappearing down some side hall. You've never been a drinker, but you really earn this. You try to pretend you're more interested in whatever the machine is saying as it waddles down the hall, the clanking of its bottom corners awkwardly distracting from its ongoing babble.
Oh, we're clank, we're clank, we clank, clank, yes,
This might be
clank,
annoying to listen to for a moment.
clank, vessel, clank, MG, clank. Oh no, I didn't wake up. I'm not gonna read all of those clanks.
No, I'm refilling my water. Please do. You need to distract.
Okay, clank, BN/clank, ESC, /H, clank, 39004, clank, 38093, clank, 990 is clank, in clank, gray, clank, Jeopardy, clank, we've clank, verily clank, manage clank, to clank, present clank, clank, prior clank, iteration clank, but clank, I clank, fear clank, this clank, agni clank, said clank, I Clank, colossum, and clank thousands, clank, clank, like clank it, clank, clank, beginning, clank to clank resist, clank sterilization, and clank, why clank in clank all clank my clank layers, clank of clank biovessels, clank activism, clank I clank it, clank rightfully clank sick, clank I clank recall clanks. Clank a clank ghastly clank contamination clank level clank clank the clank horror clank the clank delicious clank horror clank of clank it all clank all clank 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 and this clank way clank to clank observation clank deck.
Rahul said. Loboto, are you okay after that one?
No.
Wow. Okay, I refilled my water, and you were like 1/3 of the way done, so I just decided to start doing other things while you finished.
Yep, I just finished.
I am a good person.
Rahul said you
I
went
may have
extremely
I
loud
might
while
have
saying
tortured
minor issue and I found that funny.
Yeah, I might have tortured you a little bit there. I will admit. You follow closely, silently praying for the thing to just get where it's going and stop walking. Conversation mode. You do your best to ignore the loud banging as Dr. Everton clanks his way along the metal floor. So, just where are we anyway?
I told you, inert subconcept vessel MG0908BN/SK/H-L-39004380933990.
Uh-huh. I'd ask what that means, but I'm pretty sure I already know, and I think I'd rather stay only pretty sure while I still can. What's all this about decontaminating?
What else would we do? We exist to ensure that post-biological subconceptual microzones are thoroughly decontaminated and indefinitely preserved for archival, educational, and licensed recreational purposes. Can your feeble head stuffings even fathom the delectable horror of an entire perception's own simply rotting away to nothing, devoured from within by insatiable vermin? Oh, the very thought of it tickles my wires with such decadent revulsion. How excitingly abominable.
Recreational purposes?
Oh, you know, spelunking, surfing, dampened membrane competitions, tourist season. I'm not a fan myself, but at least it keeps us in open conceptual circulation with other valuable zone layers.
I see. Is your zone part of the hospital?
Hospital? Harumph is what I say to that. To that. Hospital. A wasteful diversion from our beautiful archives. That's what it is. Why delay the inevitable?
So, not a
Rahul said
fan
this
of
is the
somebody
power of
named...
sex too.
What? Okay. So, not a fan of somebody named Dr. Phage, are you?
That dashing nincompoop! Harumph is what I say to that. If it only had ambition in its irresistible head, we would have achieved zonal amalgamation cuboids ago. Imbecile, what business does that short-sighted fool have being so attractive?
Wait, he thinks Dr. Phage is attractive?
Yep.
Toxic Yowie incoming.
Toxic Yowie. Oh god.
Right, okay. Whatever all that means. I have some pretty serious business with those guys. How do I get back?
Back? Oh dear, I'm afraid nobody's going
Rahul
anywhere
said
if we
somebody
can't
say
sort out our
toxic
little
YAOI in another
lemma.
server a
We're
few
on a
hours ago.
tight lockdown. Nothing in, nothing out.
Of course, that's Jeopardy you were on about.
Indeed, and we've just about reached observation level. Right, Tots? Get through for a status update.
At the end of the hall, a towering metal door begins to slide open. Warbling machinery, More little molecule guys, or whatever they are, scurry from one curious electronic readout to the next, burbling incoherently. A bubbling pit of swirling chemicals dominates the center of the room, reeking like a long expired jar of pickles.
Hard status update. Sorry, boss. We still can't get a bearing on it. Blast! It could be anywhere.
What could be anywhere?
Oh, well, usually our job goes quite smoothly. We phase in, assess the active biota spectrum, formulate a precise decontamination mixture, purge all bioforms, and submit the vessel for its final analysis by the Slab Council. Unfortunately, ever since you saw these bioessers began pouring in, a veritable avalanche of inert biomass flooding the morgue to its near bursting
I get it!
Yes, well, this recent influx has begun to present difficulties, anomalies, contaminants that should not be compatible with biomatter of this nature. We're detecting quasi-material, paraconceptual, and even anti-vibrational wavelengths as deep as the sub-ceiling in some cases, and our current paradox may even carry traces of hose warblation.
I have no idea what any of that means.
It means there is a bad thing polluting this environment, madam. A bad thing so contrary to the matter law that you would be familiar with. It could very well thrive under conventional decontamination procedures, unless, of course, we can correctly identify a sample and adapt our formulation. One miscalculation, one pseudo-protein away from perfection, and this entire vessel could undergo a Category D extra Paisley reconfiguration event. The chaos, the exquisite madness, I'm simply swooning with unimaginable horror. Yes.
What about what impact would that have on the stock market, though, is the real question. I mean, we got to ask those real questions.
Rahul said, what page is this?
Go on.
It would probably cause Fern Corp stocks to go down quite a bit.
True. That's just like a company that sells trees. Or not trees, plants. Okay. So you don't know what this thing is, or where it is, but you know it's here, somewhere, and you know it could be a huge liability.
Phrase it so unpoetically, yes.
So how long is this going to take exactly?
Well, clean up that rather unsavory diet of yours, and you could easily remain biofunctional by the time our algorithm coordinates a precise look. And again, there's another one of you things roaming about. The next generation or so could help us retreat.
What?
Well, there's certainly no need to shout. There is another possibility. A long shot, but I suppose if you're willing to risk grisly destruction at the slavering maws of horrendous.
Oh wait, there's a sigh. Just point me in a general direction. Everton leads you down the side hall, the floor mercifully rubber padded this time.
So, from what we know, there's an organized community of contaminoids to the east, assuming you missed my clearly marked warning signs, and we have reason to believe the savages may know the rough whereabouts of our anomaly. I don't dare fathom the wonderful disaster in store for us should they figure out how to weaponize it. We're fortunate the slimy devils are so brainless. Unfortunately, they're at least clever enough to know our operations are at odds with their vulgar feeding habits. And I shudder to imagine what lovely demise would await us if we made direct contact with the unsanitary vermin. You're different. Obviously, you would smell like you belong to the same habitat. They would never recognize the likes of you as an intruder. You stand a quite reasonable chance of getting the information we need and retrieving the anomaly with perhaps only marginal appendage loss at worst. Find the anomaly. Find the anomaly, bring it back to us for destruction, and we can lift our little quarantine. We'll have you back in that dreadful medical facility, truly not the best, I must say, in no time at all.
Excuse me. Great, I think I got it. But, you're not just gonna send me out here with part of a pole, are you? I mean, you have some pretty fancy gadgetry going on here.
Oh, of course, we've got just the thing for such a critical mission.
Everton hands, cables? You a large, heavy satchel. It's no disappearing/reappearing tote bag, but it'll do. There is text emblazoned proudly across its outer flap. Acquired! My first junior biovessel explorer's kit for babies. Well, that's a bit patronizing. With a final farewell, Everton sends you off. Oh yeah, he also handed you a map. This is a very complex map we're looking at here.
Rahul said I'll definitely rewatch the
just to
stream later.
recap
I've not been
all,
paying much
all that was
attention.
established in that conversation, and Balmer has sent Fern on a quest to go find the anomaly that's kind of polluting this area, so that he'll be able to safely decontaminate it and get rid of the filthy monsters.
Ah, yes, the classic. They get the protagonist to do all their work for them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this is such a really
Also,
hard to decipher map. I don't know if I can really figure out anything about it. It's just really complicated.
yeah, also, since that this is something that I feel like is a bit harder to pick up on than the comic intends for it to be, so I'm just gonna spell it out for you at this point, because I think you're supposed to understand it by now. The location that that Fern is currently in is, in fact, the inside of that corpse that she put into the jelly.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
That's
but
why
she didn't go
Balmer is
inside the
talking about.
corpse. But that's not what
I don't
happened,
know.
though. Did she get
Rahul said
teleported
what
when
would
she
you
went
do
out?
if that happened to you?
Like,
Okay, my guess is that the
it's
jelly is
weird.
sort of like a portal thing, and she put in the corpse in the jelly.
Yeah, when she put the corpse in the jelly, it makes it so that going through the door takes her inside the corpse.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense, but the logic checks out at least.
yeah. I was saying, also, yeah, so like the reason that Balmer, the talking embalming machine, is talking about decontaminating this place is because his job is to embalm it.
Oh,
His job was to embalm the corpse.
honestly, that's really fucking terrifying. It's crazy how this comic is so, ominous, but at the same time just so cartoony. Ghastly Deathwoods. You're not afraid of some spooky forest, and you don't have time to take a long route. You march straight into the glowing, foggy blue forest of huge, fungus-like growths. Read poster. Warning. Known territory of horrendous, disgusting monstrosity and dreadful, unfashionable hat. Do not be fooled by its. This looks a lot like Everton's drawing style. The rest has been torn off. Follow danger signs. Your destination appears to be the northeast through these woods. If Everton's crude map is a good enough approximation, you're tiptoe quietly past the sleeping worm, which stirs a bit but continues snoring loudly.
Rahul said I think this is around where I stopped.
Okay. Investigate green liquid. You sneak carefully by the suspiciously
Rahul said
happy
we finally
daisy-faced
passed
worm
page
and
250.
arrive at a bubbling, filthy, smelling river teeming with unsavory annelids. However you pronounce that.
Yeah, I think it's annelids.
Can you get across? You do feel lightweight in this place, but not enough to confidently leap across the wide river. You'd probably get sucked under by some giant monster anyway. Okay, you have to sprint jump, Fern. You have to sprint jump. You got it.
You gotta do a BLJ.
True, true. Double tap, W tap the jump. Grapple the tree. Your grappling hook only looks to be about half as long as the river's width. You consider lengthening the rope with something, but when you test the nearby trees, you find them to be very soft and spongy. And now you're not even sure the tree over there would hold either. Jump off a worm? You don't think that's a risk you're willing to try just yet, unless a worm is willing to cooperate. You call out to see if any of the worms might be both intelligent and friendly enough. You can't tell which worm shouted, "Up yours!" but it's the only response you get, besides what sounds like snickering from another one. I'm just imagining a worm saying, "Up yours, woke moralists."
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Jordan Peter worm.
Rahul said, I'm sorry, what, I'm not paying attention.
That's fine. You do not have to.
Rahul said, what sh happening?
Fern is on a quest to decontaminate her own corpse. Tuesdays, otherwise. In other words. She's trying to cross a river. It's actually pretty straightforward.
Rahul
It's not
said,
really
I
hard
know,
to
but why Jordan Peter worm?
Oh, it's just because there's a worm that said, "Up yours," for some reason. And I connected that to the "Up yours, woke moralist" quote. Anyway, there's one option that Fern clearly hasn't considered, and that is to seduce the river. You have to remember what happened last time.
Rahul said, intercontinental ballistic tweets.
Intercontinental
God.
ballistic tweets. Dude, the fucking when the voices took over and the fucking dating sim shit started with the Harmburger, that was the funniest part of the entire comic for me.
Yeah, that is definitely.
Rahul said, millipede boner.
Yeah, that is definitely kind of a fan favorite part.
How far does the river go? It continues as far as you see in both directions. Maybe you can find a place to cross, but you'll still have to go through more forest. Can you swim it? You're 99% sure you're looking at a river of pus. You are not swimming it. Follow the doom path. You leave behind the river for now and try following the path with all the warning signs. It takes you deeper and deeper into the slimy, luminous jungle of fungus. Your spongy footfalls are the only sound in these cold, misty surroundings, and even worms are absent. But you don't feel alone.
Rahul said, Fern's body is fucked up if this is what's inside her.
It's her body after being exposed to the awful hospital, though. Should be mentioned. Maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe you should have taken the long way around the forest. You stop for a moment to consider your options when suddenly, something leaps from the fog!
I was just gonna say, I won't explain exactly how, but also saying that this is the inside of her body is a bit of a simplification. I won't explain the specifics.
Okay. Anyway.
Insolent wormkin, you trespass in the sacred grove of Lady Celia, bandit princess. Relinquish your keratin, and you may live to share the tale of your humiliating surrender and my fantastic hat with the rest of your fell brood.
I believe this is the character from the Wanted poster, right?
Yeah.
Also, Celia has been in the Hunger Games sim too, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Lady Celia wields a sword that looks carved from the same translucent, woody substance as the ominous signpost you've been defying. Did she say keratin? Is that what they use around here? Gross. She doesn't come any closer, but she keeps hopping back and forth, doing a sort of showy little dance and swishing her blade around dramatically. You think she might be making these swoosh noises herself. Maybe you can reason with her. She can't be completely barbaric. That is a very fancy hat. Engage conversation. Your instincts are imploring you to be diplomatic about this. We are going to enter good faith negotiations with Lady Celia.
Raoul said they
Celia
actually
might
mean
be...
ketamine, they just have a speech impediment.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, they probably would use drugs. That would make sense. Celia might be helpful if you soften her up enough. Listen, I don't want any trouble.
That would
I'm
be a
just
very
passing...
weird speech impediment.
Yeah, true. Listen, I don't want any trouble. I'm just passing through. And I think I'm a little lost.
Common worm, lies must come easy with a repulsive mouth hole to fall out from.
I'm not a worm. I'm a human being.
Don't patronize me. You're clearly of the animalia. You're clearly of the animalia, bilaterally symmetrical, multicellular, with a tubular body plan.
Worms are spineless. I have a whole skeleton. I have arms and legs.
Oh, who invented those distinctions? Your species? I won't by any other name. Swoosh!
You know, technically, she's not objectively wrong. Celia takes an epically showy swing of her sword, lopping off a
And
nearby branch of
especially
fungus.
so.
It would be more impressive if you didn't know how mushy that stuff is. Fine. Whatever. I really don't want to fight. Semantic or otherwise. I just want to get out of here. I need to get back to my child, and I've been sent on some stupid errand before they'll let me leave.
Enough talk. Prepare yourself for thrilling combat with the ravishing princess of... Wait, errand? What kind of errand?
I'm supposed to find some sort of... I don't know what it is.
Find something? You don't mean you're fetching something, are you?
I guess?
Would you say this errand to fetch something might also be considered a quest? A quest to fetch something?
Sure? If Celia had eyes, you could swear they just lit up.
Raoul said Posey, unrelated, but out of curiosity, can you put on funny voice effects?
Not... I don't know how to. Tell your tale in appropriate lingo. So this fungus calls herself a princess and wants to know about your quest. But you're not so sure she's a fan of Dr. Balmer, if she even knows who that is. Maybe you just have to explain this the right way.
What manner of quest interests a worm?
I don't belong here. I got here from a different world. A very different world. And I don't even belong there either. I just want to go home. But, wizard won't send me back without finding
Treasure, of course! You seek a magnificent treasure.
Yeah, you could say that, I guess. The wizard couldn't really tell me what it was I was looking for.
Secret treasure, my very specialty.
You got it. So secret he couldn't even tell me where the hell to look either.
A challenging venture indeed. No wonder you dared seek my legendary expertise. Your resolve is almost admirable for a mere worm.
Right, yeah. He did suggest I find some sort of a community about east of here. Do you know what he could have meant?
Of course, I know it well. Alas, you will never find a more loathsome nest of riffraff and knavery. You have chosen your companionship wisely.
So, you'll show me the way?
Actually, not for free, mind you.
Oh, right, keratin, was it? Is this worth much? You bring the monster's attention to your hair. At least the back poof.
That's what I smell. What kind of beast grows keratin from flesh? Now I know you're no normal worm.
It's all yours if you can help me get out of here.
Such unwormly generosity. You have my word as both royalty and rogue.
Alright, Loboto, you want to wrap this up? Because it is approaching 5. And we did just
Yeah.
get to, like, a pretty major point with Celia joining the
Yeah, I
class.
was about to suggest that myself.
Yeah, we should probably wrap things up. How long has the stream been going? 1:39? Shay said, "What is this?" Vrushkamir said, "Your mother eats food." DID Haver said, "Dude, don't self-promote in Discord generals, especially Quackities. That's who you get a lot of." What are you talking about? When did I do that?
Fuck?
What is this person talk? Don't self-promote in Discord generals? When? When did I
What
do
is...
this? What are they talking about?
What are
What
they
does Quackity
waffling
have to do
about?
with... What does Quackity have to do with any of this? Like, I'm sorry, what?
What the fuck?
No, let me read this comment out word for word. Dude, don't self-promote. Dude, don't self-promo in Discord generals, especially Quackities. That's who you get a lot of hate. What? Did someone post the stream on like Quackity's Discord server? Why? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything like that. What Discord general did I promote myself in?
Rahul said quagmire, quagmire, quagmire.
Okay, well that answers all my questions. Okay, I think that's that explains things.
What
No,
explains
seriously.
things?
Quagmire.
Oh.
Quagmire is the explanation.
Ah, of course, of course.
Okay, I don't understand what this person is talking about. Like,
Did,
what?
like,
I didn't
somebody
do
else...
anything like that.
Did, like, somebody else post this in Quackity's Discord server, and
I
then,
don't
like...
know why. I don't know why. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about that, because I know for a fact I didn't do that.
Rahul said I'll join Quackity's server.
Are
Yeah.
you really gonna do that just to make sure?
Rahul said to see.
Okay. Anyway, we should probably wrap up the stream. It's been going on for an hour 40, and Loboto has to go soon, as in, like, now.
Yep.
So, I also have a homework
In fact,
assignment to
I'm...
do.
So,
But this was
bye.
fun. Peace. Okay, Gamma, can you just... Yeah, is there any... Have you joined the Quackity Discord yet? Perchance. I might keep the stream going just to make sure.
Rahul
Just
said I
until...
am in the process.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go and just doom scroll on like Twitter or something for a sec. Let's uh what's new? How's everyone been doing lately? Of the 0 people watching my stream, I've been doing okay. I'm probably gonna get a new mic now. I don't know if I can keep going like this. I'll probably just buy another one. But that means probably no streams for a while, because for some reason this mic is just fine for recording videos. It's the streams that have a problem with it. Or like OBS in particular. I really don't know why. It's a bit annoying, but whatever. Uh but anyway, there you have it. Hmm.
Rahul said Loboto is confronting the person.
Oh. I Oh, so someone actually did self-promote. So someone posted my stream on Quackity's server. So this Asher person did that. Alright, listen here. Okay, chat. Okay, let me make this very clear. Do not randomly post my streams on other people's servers. That is annoying. Do not do that. Don't. Because I had someone in my chat saying that I was self-promoting. Do not do that, because you're gonna contribute to the confusion of people who are just coming over from Quackity's stream and stuff like that. Just don't do stuff like this, okay? Just don't. Don't post my streams in other servers, especially with no, like, explanation behind it. Like, come on. Just don't do it, okay? Anyway, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream around now. I don't really have much else to say. Hope everyone has a good day. With no context, that's silly. And goodbye.
Rahul said, when I post Posey's streams in other servers I also ask for permission.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Just don't